What's up everybody, Kinetic here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm very excited to bring you guys another round of specialization videos here. I have a little bit of a confession though. This Assassin Archer, which by the way, thank you all for your votes in the previous video. Thank you for voting for which specializations you wanted to see. Obviously, the Assassin Archer won. However, this Assassin Archer is still a work in progress, I must say. I do think that I know what skills, active and passives and stuff like that I want, but I didn't quite get up to the level that I really wanted to. I busted my ass though, day and night, trying to level these characters as quick as I possibly could. I managed to get up to level 14 here with Cole for his Assassin Archer build. So, having said that, I'm still not quite where I want to be with gear, with all of the different active and passives that I want and stuff like that. But I think that once you see this build in action, you will, kind of like I am, you'll get the gist of where this is going and see, like I do, I think that there is quite a lot of potential here for an Assassin Archer build. Alright, so let's start by taking a look at the archery line here. We've got First Blood. You do more damage to enemies that are only lightly injured. This passive gives you 15% more damage to enemies that are 80% or higher in their health pool. Explosive Shot. You fire a powerful shot that explodes on impact, damaging enemies around your target. I highly recommend picking up the upgrade for this, Chain Reaction. Shrapnel from the explosive shot fills the air and sets off deadly reactions that do more damage the more enemies are nearby. So if you got a bunch of enemies grouped together, then this is going to add 25% more damage per target for a maximum increase of 100%. Combine this with the poisoned weapons ability that we also get from a different tree, and you'll also be able to poison all enemies caught in that blast. Next up we have Pincushion. If the first arrow doesn't kill them, the 10th might. Each consecutive hit with a bow attack does progressively more damage to the target. Very nice passive. Full Draw is probably one of, if not, I would say the most powerful ability that we have for our Assassin Archer. This does 800% weapon damage and another 800% more if they're at full health. Back up here near the top, we've got Death from Above. You do more damage when firing from elevation. This gives you a bonus damage of 25%. Next up we have Leaping Shot. You dive out of trouble and fire a hail of arrows at the enemies that were trying to close with you. Think of this ability as kind of like a shotgun blast. At the very beginning, these 12 projectiles are really tight and clustered together, and then they spread out over distance. So the closer that you are to your enemy, probably you have a much higher chance of hitting them with those 12 projectiles. And also, just to remind you guys out there, each of those 12 projectiles counts as on hit. So if you craft something on your weapon or your armor that activates or has a chance to activate on hit, these shots from Leaping Shot, those 12 projectiles really give you a good chance to activate one of those perks. Alright, let's take a quick look at the Sabotage line. The actives and passives that I go for from this tree, I put together for every rogue build that I do, be it a double dagger or archer. These are just great active and passives to have, starting with poisoned weapons. You coat your weapons in a deadly toxin, making every attack poison enemies for a short time. Duration of 10 seconds, this adds 25% weapon damage per second for 8 seconds. Where this skill really comes into its own is with the upgrade Infected Weapons. This increases your attacks by 25% while poisoned weapons is active. To the right of that, we have Look Like It Hurt, a great passive. Whenever you score a critical hit, you regenerate stamina. Since we are playing a rogue, be it, again, dual dagger or a bow user, you're going to be critting a lot, and this is going to help you get back your stamina so that way you can do skills faster. Of course, we have to go through caltrops to get there. This is kind of a fun skill to mess around with while you have the space on your skill slots here to put it, but as soon as we get other skills later on, it's definitely going to be something that gets replaced and forgotten, I think. In the Subterfuge line, of course, we've got to pick up Stealth. This is a must-have ability for any kind of assassin build. Attacking from Stealth gives you a damage bonus of 50%. Combine this with Full Draw and you're going to be dealing a lot of damage. Alright, finally, let's take a look at the assassin skills that I've picked up so far. One of the best abilities we have for the assassin line is Hidden Blades. This is a really good ability that hits 3 times at 300% weapon damage per hit, has a cooldown time of 32 seconds, but a relatively high stamina cost of 65 stamina. This has a must-have upgrade, Overkill. You use Hidden Blades faster and more easily, launching even more strikes on your victim. So this reduces our cooldown time by 4 seconds, but more importantly adds an additional 3 hits. Below that we have I Was Never Here. You have learned to use the distraction of an enemy's death to slip silently into the shadows. Killing a target removes any cooldown on stealth. Further on we have Knife in the Shadows. You are a deadly threat to any enemy that can't see you coming. When you attack from stealth, you automatically critically hit. And finally at the bottom we have Mark of Death. You mark your target and every hit on them adds part of its power to the mark's damage. Trigger your mark when you are ready and watch them fall from injuries they never even noticed. You can manually trigger the mark early for bonus damage. Like Hidden Blades, this ability launches out like a dagger throw, and then once it connects, 8 seconds from there, all of the damage that you do to the target is stored by 100%. Once you trigger it, or it automatically triggers, then it acts like a combination of all of that damage all over again into one big hit. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is still a work in progress. I haven't had a lot of time to experiment with this a lot of play time with this Assassin Archer, but the potential certainly seems to be there. Once I get the gear and the levels and stuff like that to kind of meet up to where my dual dagger assassin was in my first playthrough, then I'll know just how good this build really is. There's still some upgrades and passives that I'm looking into as well. For example, Mark of Doom may or may not be something that I take in the future. This gives a 20% armor reduction while Mark of Death is active. I do believe Gaps in Armor is still a good passive to pick up, and also Throat Cutter is a good passive as well. Let's take a look at a couple of quick examples of the Assassin Archer in action. Thanks for watching this video on my Assassin Archer build here in Dragon Age Inquisition. I kind of feel like I owe you guys an apology because I'm rushing to put this video together for you before I leave town tomorrow. It's getting really late here, but I really wanted to make sure that I at least get this video out to you guys before I leave to spend time with family for New Year's. What I would like to do, because I still don't feel like this is quite the video that I wanted to make for an Assassin Archer, is later on, once I've gotten better gear and levels and stuff like that, I'll give you an update to how this build feels later on. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below for the Assassin Archer build. Click the like button to support these Dragon Age Inquisition videos, and I'll keep them coming out as quick as I can. Stay subscribed, more is coming up soon. Thanks again for watching, my name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.